Hey, what's up? This is a video for October and November. I got 3 modern games from Target. I got a $50 gift card from my credit card points. Just cashing those in. Target had a deal for buy two get one free on newer. I think it was just new games. I don't really honestly remember, but I know I got them for the new games here. But I got the Wind Waker for the Wii U, Zelda the Wind Waker. I wanted to replay this again, and I just did not want to play it on my GameCube. I never beat this before. I think I put like about 4 or 5 hours into this since I've got it. I forget. I just kind of stopped because I was playing some of these other games. But yeah, I will continue to play it, I'm sure. The other 2 games I got with the deal was SteamWorld Heist, which is the part of the SteamWorld collection, which is SteamWorld Dig, SteamWorld Heist. It is an indie game that was published by Rising Star Games, which is an amazing company. They put out a lot of pretty decent indie games. This also came out for the Wii U, but I wanted to stick with the PlayStation 4. I just have really been enjoying all the games coming out for the PlayStation 4 that are indie related games. But that was 30. This was 20. So the game, since it was buy two get one, technically one of these is free. So I'll talk about the one that was free. I'm gonna skip some of the other ones here. Was Resident Evil 4, and just like the Wind Waker game, I just didn't feel like playing this on my GameCube. Even though I have so many copies of this, I just really felt like playing it on my PlayStation 4. Plus, it just was, I was in like a really big Resident Evil kick in September and October. I ended up beating Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, and Resident Evil 4, all within the last about 2 months. I just beat this tonight, and was able to beat it in about 11 hours, which it's been probably almost 7 or 8 years since I've played this last, and it's good to replay it. It's such an awesome game. I really liked Resident Evil 2. That was the first time I had ever beaten that. But like many people, I think Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4 are just phenomenal games. The other 2 PlayStation 4 games I got was from Limited Run, and when I heard about these being printed by Limited Run, I was pretty excited, and I knew I wanted to get them. These are the Shantae games. So Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and Shantae Risky's Revenge Director's Cut. So one of them was 25 and the other one was 30. It was like in total like $62 for these 2 games. But I just had heard so many good things about them that I was willing to pay for it. And I knew these would probably be really hard to find in the future. I'm not really one to just download games on my hard drive and play them. I would rather have them like physically like this. But when they did go on sale, the way Limited Run does things is they have like an early morning run where they release like, I think like 60 to 70% of the print run, and then in the evening they release like the last 30 or 40%. And when I got in on the morning sale, I had it in my cart, and I was checked out within like the first 2 or 3 minutes. And fortunately for me, I was able to do it on my phone while I was at work. And yeah, I didn't have any problems with it. But then I looked at some forums, and there were people that were complaining about how they missed out on it, or that it closed within 10 minutes, and all the games were purchased within 10 to 15 minutes, which doesn't surprise me. I kind of wish that they would do more pre-orders, where like if you want the game, you could have like a month to pre-order it, so that companies like Way Forward could make even more money to continue to make really good games. And I don't, I mean, that I know that that's their model of having like a limited amount for collector purposes, but I just think that it's causing a lot of problems for people that just want these games, but they just can't get in fast enough, or they forget, and then it's all gone. Regardless, it's pretty cool how these indie games are becoming so popular to get physical releases, like SteamWorld Collection and Shantae. There's a few others that I got my eye on. I guess once I buy them, I'll show them in the future. Another thing I got was a Raspberry Pi. Okay, the reason why I got this was I was interested in the Nintendo Classic, the NES Classic, and once I started realizing, like July I was excited, but by like August and September I started to recognize that Nintendo's probably dropping the ball on this, and I'm probably not going to get one of those. And I also started to recognize that it really, pound for pound, is not an amazing deal. I mean, I would be really interested in a Super Nintendo one, but I mean, getting this Raspberry Pi, I mean, I bought it off of a seller who put everything together for me, and it cost, like, on top of the actual like hardware, he probably got like about $50 worth the effort of doing that for me. And I think that was worth it because I'm pretty busy right now. So just to be able to get this out of the box and be able to play like over a few thousand games, probably almost 2,000 games on multiple systems, was worth the money. I can hook this up to a random TV in my house, and I can play lots of games and just enjoy, if I just have like an hour or so of my time, and not have to worry about changing systems out and making sure that cartridges still are working. So I think it was a really good purchase. It's pretty much plug and play, and it's very, very user friendly, regardless of me not putting the stuff together. But anyway, I spent about $100 on that. I know that like you can buy kits and stuff that are like around $40, $50, $60, but like I said, I got it all put together and no worries. So I think it was a good investment, and it will, for at least a number of years, be usable for me. All right, last deal. I got a bunch of PS1 games. I paid $60 for these. I thought it was a really phenomenal deal, especially once I saw that it had only been advertised for about an hour, and I was luckily first person to respond to this guy. Most of them are RPGs. A good portion of them I already have, but there were like 3 that I didn't. So it should work out in my favor that it won't cost very much. So $60 for all of these. I got Final Fantasy Chronicles, which I already have. It comes with Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy IV. Vandal Hearts, which is one I did not have and I was interested in getting. Metal Gear Solid VR Missions, I already have that. Koldelka, I probably am butchering that name, but that was a game I did not have. It's kind of like the first game in the series of Shadow Hearts, I think. Hope I'm not messing that up. I'm pretty sure it's Shadow Hearts. I started playing. I got that on PlayStation 2. So it's very unique horror RPG, kind of unusual for horror to be a subgenre in RPGs. Only other thing I can really think of is like Parasite Eve. But I have not given this a shot, and it kind of intimidates me that it's a 4-disc game. The other big one that I really wanted this bundle was for Breath of Fire 3, and I almost got really close to just buying this for like the last year, and I'm glad I waited because I was able to get it for a bundle deal. I got Suikoden or Suikoden. I like saying Suikoden, but I know Suikoden is the proper way of saying it. I already have this game, so I'll be able to get rid of that. And I also already have Vagrant Story, so I'll be able to sell that off too. These are the games I got for October and November. Let me know what you're playing. Let me know if you're excited for the Thanksgiving Steam sale for PC. I know I'm getting kind of excited for that because it'll be kind of cheaper games. And Black Friday is coming up too. So hope you're all doing well. Later.